Hello everybody, welcome back to the breakdown. I'm Tone. It's fantastic to have you watching yet another one of my videos. Thank you for being here. I'm going to keep this video as short as I can and to the point. If you've been following my channel for several years now, you'll be up to date with a lot of the things I've been talking about. And this is my first video for the real money playlist in quite a long time, largely because I've got real money purchases or transfers into real money still in storage that I haven't had sent out to me yet. So I haven't had anything to show. But this topic that I'm going to talk about just now relates to that. And so it needs to go into the real money playlist. Now, at the time of maybe the last video, quite possibly, I was still purchasing quite heavily, or at least transferring fiat currency into real money quite heavily. At the time, and I'll always talk in Australian dollar terms, at the time the price was around $26 to $27 Australian per ounce of silver. And so it was the right time to be going quite heavily into that. Now, on this playlist and on videos on a number of other playlists on this channel, I've talked about the importance of having a regular process and taking advantage of the downturn in the conversion price between fiat currency and real money. But having a constant process of doing that, as well as trying to have a ever-increasing amount of cash on hand, and keeping the amount in bank accounts, etc., at a limited level. And that's still true. Now, because now, more recently, the conversion price from Australian dollars into real money, or silver ounces specifically, it's now around at $37 to $38 Australian for a single silver ounce. That's not including premiums on the physical items. So I've cut back on that. I'm glad that I did it when it was around that 26, 27, 28 level. Now my priority at the moment is on increasing, and it's ever increasingly difficult at the moment because of the inflation and higher cost of living over here. But I'm trying to increase my cash reserves, in hand cash reserves. Now, I will just say right now, this isn't financial advice. I'm not qualified by law to give qualified financial advice, so it's not financial advice. I'm just sharing what I'm doing and what I have been doing over the years that I've been sharing this stuff on this channel. Now, one of the topics for this video, though, to extend on from what I've just given as a preface for anyone that's seeing this video but hasn't been watching previous videos, is we've now got to a point where silver is on a surge upwards. It's sort of broken that upper band that it was sort of challenging. It's now broken above that, at least in Australian dollar terms. Our Australian dollar relative to the US dollar has dropped. But I foresee perhaps that the interest rates are going to rise here maybe 1 or 2 times before the end of this year, and that may put some positive pressure on the Australian dollar, which will bring the price of the silver and the gold and that down relative to the Australian dollar, which will be okay, but because it's already pushed quite high, it's probably still not the opportune time. But with that said, I've talked about on this channel, on this playlist also, about the importance of having a diversified sort of portfolio of precious metals, of real money. And so I've got quite an amount of collectible coins. And I'm toying with the idea right now, just looking at the current economic outlook and all that sort of thing, and wondering whether or not we may have seen the price of silver being as low as it was gone for good. Now, if that's possible, it's probably prudent to start to look at some of the collectible coins that I have and selling them if I can to those that want them, and actually converting it into the same number of net ounces or increasing the number of net ounces, while the difference between collectible coins and the actual ounces of silver, just plain bullion, is still as wide as it is. Because what we're looking at is, as things start to progress further and further towards the not so good side of the economics, is as the silver price rises, if it is a quite severe rise, collectible coins will become, in my opinion, just that little bit less collectible, and the gap between what you can get for a precious metals collectible coin versus what you'd need to pay for a plain bullion coin, that gap may close quite a bit. So I'm looking at moving some of these collectible coins on, and maybe increasing the net number of ounces, as well as maybe taking a little bit of cash out of that to have in my hand. And I'm just looking at doing that. I think that it's something that I do need to look at. What was I going to say next? Yeah, because what you don't want to do is get to a position where you do have the ounces of silver and you put in that sort of premium, and now a 2-ounce coin, collectible coin, that could be worth $500 to the market, it may actually be worth, $500 in silver content, because everything went completely crazy and silver is now worth $250 an ounce. So you can still get it back, but you didn't gain anything. Whereas if you sold it at $500, current market value kind of thing, and then you've been able to transfer that into 10 ounces, 10 physical ounces of silver, you've then got 5 times what you had in your hand, and obviously then you take advantage of that, because then the silver price, if it goes to $250 an ounce, you've now got $1,250 worth of silver in your hands, rather than still remaining with that 250. Because if silver becomes a barter metal to buy and sell things, then you're going to be spending your collector coins in much the same way as you would maybe spend just the regular bullion coins, just because of the economic times that we would be in that environment. So that's all I wanted to share. Just that's what I'm toying with at the moment. Just trying to make sure I stay ahead of the game as much as I can. I hope that this is helpful to anyone that's got that diversified stack and wants to perhaps just look at where things are going in the near to short term sort of time frame. I hope it's helpful. Please leave a like and please comment if there's anything you'd like to add to that. And until next time, take care and God bless.